Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you're never leaving my face. Heart is racing here now. Never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess. No, you're a minor. Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you'll never leave in my veins. Heart is racing here now. Never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess. Yeah, you're a minor.
What's up, everybody? Back with another video. If anybody out there could let me know that I'm live. What's good, Angela? Let me know if I'm streaming live and direct and y'all can hear me. That'll be great. Just shoot me a thumbs up or say I can hear you or whatever else you feel like saying. Stick your middle finger up or whatever. Oh boy, here we go. Let's turn this like this. Make sure y'all can hear me. Make sure y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Is it clear? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Shoot me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you. All right, perfect. So yeah, back with another video. And well. I mean, it's not really much to say about anything. Because y'all seeing it all. And ain't no sense of me peeking my head around out here when, you know, I'm one of the pioneers of being censored. All right. I'm one of the pioneers of being censored. I actually went back and looked at my oldest email that I got access to because I've been banned off Google email, period. I can't even use the email, let alone a YouTube channel. So as far back as I could go to, I got back to 15, so that's 10 years ago. But that was like, yeah, right, the Matrix, like number 9 or something. So ain't no shock to me, and nobody else should be shocked. And what we are witnessing is truly amazing. And come on, man, Space Monkey, Space Troll, please. Come on. Please, please, please. But what we are witnessing is pretty mind-blowing. And the way they do this is pretty, gotta say, these people are masterminds, man. You know, mind control is crazy. And every time they do something else, they get people that you gotta say, wait a minute, what? Like, wait, what? And this is the thing, guys. We're just gonna call him Calvin Klein. We'll just call him Calvin Klein, right? We already know CK. We're gonna call him Calvin Klein because they're waiting for me to come on here so they can create some new censorship delete test with my ass. Okay? So we're gonna call him Calvin Klein. All right. We already know what time it is. We don't gotta sit there and go through all the, you know, the charades. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I lost my train of thought what I was about to say. I know I'm talking about Calvin Klein, right? I'm talking about CK, Calvin Klein. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I've never heard of Calvin Klein. I've never heard of this person. I've never heard of that motherfucker a day in my life. Okay, I've never heard of him. I've never seen anything through the Trump campaign and all the charades going on and all the people. I've never heard of him. But hey, maybe that's me. But I've asked a lot of other people, and I know damn well they ain't hear of him. So that even more of makes this whole thing even 10 times more wilder is nobody's ever heard of him, but the people that haven't heard of him got something to say. It's pretty crazy, man. But I ain't never heard of Calvin Klein at all. Never. And for him to be a right-hand man of Trump and all this other shit and all this other stuff, like we've followed some of these Trump rallies. The guy was never, there wasn't nowhere in sight. Nowhere. That guy was nowhere. It was good rap samples. Calvin Klein, CK, Calvin Klein, you know who I'm talking about. The JFK situation that just happened. All right? But nobody knew who this guy was. That's what makes this so crazy. And this is how you know. I mean, I don't want to talk about number 33, right? I don't want to talk about it. You know, the same George Floyd energy. I don't want to talk about it. But we know that goatee, right? That goatee, 33 demon, they just using it again. And this is that's why they're doing it also with Libras, right? They're doing it with Libras, okay? Birth dates. George Floyd and Calvin Klein have the same exact birthday, all right? They're Libras. That is balance, okay? They're balancing. Guys, they're using the same 33 deity. I mean, literally, they've been saying it. They've been mentioning it. Even Ken Patel, hella. Like, what? I was like, whoa, this is the lesser keys of Solomon. They're literally telling you they're invoking that 33rd demon. Pretty crazy, man. That's pretty crazy, guys. And it's all connected. I mean, it's wild, man. It's wild to see this one. And this is basically a full-fledged operation that's going on right now. You know? Yeah, man, it's crazy, right? Rap samples is crazy. You know, it's crazy. And they use two guys, same birthday, to balance. It's about justice, balance, and change, man. And they invoke the same demon. Shout out to my brother Wise. I went to check his video out, and I don't see our last video I see was 7 days ago. So I don't know. Maybe they deleted his video. All right, they're censoring hard body, man, because that Calvin Klein story is a mess. I mean, everybody's picking it apart. We just sit back. I just sit back and watch. I just sit back and watch. But look how fast and how far they done gone already. The Senate is, I mean, they're literally playing with people's emotions. I mean, it's pretty crazy, man. You got the fake marches out. You got all the freaking agitators doing what they do, saying the trigger words. I mean, this is just crazy. Literally, people don't understand that. They're talking about civil war. Guys, that Civil War truth or garbage nonsense. Come on. We already know. Ain't nobody. A U.S. citizen ain't doing nothing. A U.S. citizen is doing no ting, guys. They're lazy, fat, and docile. They ain't doing shit to nobody. There will not ever, EVER, be a civil war in the United States corporation at all. Zip zero, dinero. All right, that ain't even possible. The only way there will be some kind of unrest is if the government stops operating, but that's not going to happen. All right, and if there is AKA civil war, they're going to manufacture it, and it's going to be a controlled civil war. It's not going to be, oh, the government just collapsed. Everyone for themselves. No, man, they'll never do that. They'll never do that. That is truther movie garbage. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do it. It's not going to happen, guys. It'll be like Kosovo, okay? It'll be either, they have their own revolutionaries that they'll have doing stuff, and oh my God, everybody will think it's, but it's all will be done by the very same people that are making you believe that you will be fighting against somebody. They're going to spark a civil war, black against white, and Democrats against conservatives and Republicans, and go. No, man, stop that, man. They're not going to be doing that. Come on. Exactly, Angela. That's coming. That's down the pipeline. And that's what people don't see, is they're setting it up for all governments to fail, for everyone to hate all governments. Another thing was Calvin Klein. Shout out to UK, but they're hiding that from the citizens. What's going on in the UK? They're hiding from the U.S. citizens, and at the same time, they're trying things over there, but them people ain't buying it. All right, those people ain't buying it. Those people are big mad over there, and the propagation is not happening over here. They gave you Calvin Klein. While that stuff is going on there, they're upset. It don't matter if the Epstein files, the Berenstain Bear files, right, are real or fake. Those people are big men. They don't like they know their government is beyond gone corrupt. They're tired of the high taxes, the housing, the healthcare, everything over there. But they're hiding it. They tired of it. And who goes over there? Donnie Don. Donnie Don. Because I'm on 3 channels, David. That's all. I'm on 3 channels. That's why some people can't see each other's comments. And that's why I put them all on the screen. What's good, Scootaloo? Shout out to all the new faces. I don't know how there's new faces on my channel, but shout out to all you guys. I have no clue how there's new faces. I don't have a clue. But You know, they're hiding what's going on in the UK, big time. Mainstream ain't touching it. And who Donnie goes flies over there, and they big mad at him too. They try to make it look like it was the left, and they call them all them people that you saw. They said it was 110,000. There's the first they said 10,000. Then they realized they couldn't hide that. Then they said 100,000, but all the people who are there are like, yo, man, it was everybody. It was millions of people there, but it probably was a couple 100,000. Millions, I don't, millions. You got to look at area of a city and the condense of a certain amount of people. And 1 million people is a lot of people. All you got to do is look at, where everybody was at. You're like, yeah, no, you can't fit 1 million people in there. Just logically, that don't work. But more than what the news said. And then they tried to say that, there were cross protests from Trump coming over there. No, it was both of those people. That's why they didn't want to show you. It was Trump supporters and non-Trump supporters together, mad as hell. They weren't attacking the Trump supporters, right? They were together. They were like, yeah, well, hey, don't matter. We all know they're all corrupt. We all fighting for the same thing. They didn't want you to see that. And then they try to show you some shit they orchestrated on the side, but like 300 people said, tens of thousands of people are protesting Donald Trump coming over here. Yeah, okay. This is pretty crazy, man, with what they're doing, man. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And then they call them the far left. I mean, the far right is out there protesting. Then why you call them far right? They don't even get down like that. They don't even adopt those terminology over there. The media is calling them that. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. It's pretty wild, man. But yeah, they gave you Calvin Klein because they don't want Americans to see that. They're way ahead of the game over there in their agenda. And then they bring Trump over there to fuel it even more. Now you got hundreds of thousands of people protesting on the streets, mad at everything and government and these Berenstein Bear files, right? And then you bring the damn number one person that name has been coming up over to your country. Come on, it's obvious what they're doing. It's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy how they are doing this. They're literally running Mr. 19 2.0, but they're using this. They're censoring everything like crazy. Down at the White House, Mr. Bill and all the oligarchs, social media and all that, and boom, right after that we have Calvin Klein. It don't take a genius to figure out what the hell's going on. And as soon as I seen it and I looked into it, I'm like, oh, okay. Same birth dates. Well, duality. They got a white guy, they got a black guy. They had the left, now they got the right. Look what they're doing. You're gonna see protests everywhere this weekend. They'll be breaking stuff, doing the same thing, and then the Democrats will be like, look at them, they're doing this and they boom. They're creating the balance, guys, because they're going for the change. They're creating the balance, man. That's the arch, that's the Libra, all right? And they're using the same 33 demons out of the 72. It's simple, man. It doesn't take, rocket science to figure this stuff out. We've all been studying this stuff for many, many years. Some people have been going way down the wrong ways, right? Counting candy bars and whatever the hell else they're doing when it's just obvious what they're doing. Nobody knew who Calvin Klein was. Now look, they're talking about a day of remembrance. Wait for somebody no one knew of? And he said all these controversial things they said, but it never went viral. Nobody said nothing until now. Oh, he was a racist. People that I know that didn't even know him was like, oh, he was a racist. Man, get your dumb ass out of here. You can't, man, get out of here with that stupid talk. Then you got other people, oh, he was a well-endowed Christian. I'm like, and then boom, then you see all this other crap come out about him that they put out. I'm like, any way you turn, they got y'all covered, man. Any way they turn, they got you covered. Yep, stirring the plot. It's plain. It's so obvious, man. And to see like the normies just going back and forth at it, and like, no one should be talking about him. No one should be talking about anyone dead. And that's the thing. This is how stupid. I mean, literally, man. They have programmed people to believe that they're like 4-year-olds. I mean, I don't even like insulting kids anymore. Like, I don't even know what to call this faction of human beings, because I feel like calling them children is actually a disgrace, because children behave better than these creatures that are out here talking all this nonsense. I mean, it blows my mind. Like, it's common sense. Somebody gets murdered, it's bad. Like, it's not good, it's not okay, it's sad. It's all of that. That's like common sense. But you got people actually arguing about that. This shouldn't be right. They shouldn't be able to post and talk about him, his death, and laughing and doing all this. And now you got both sides calling for censorship. Like, I mean, come on, man. Both sides calling for censorship. Like, man, this is just so stupid. Like, they got people arguing over common sense. Like, people that, because I've been going nut so ham on people on other platforms, right? And they're like, oh, you think? I'm like, I haven't said anything about I didn't say that it was right. I didn't say it was wrong. I didn't say anything. I just said, y'all really got to sit there and debate and argue and fight over somebody getting shot and killed that's wrong? It's common. You're fighting over common sense. Well, those people don't have common sense, and they don't. Those people, if I ever see one of these people, I'll kill them myself. Oh, guess what you sound like? The same left lunatics that I've been talking about the past 8 years. You see how they're playing the same exact energy? It's no different. They got those people so angry. You got people changing their pictures to to Calvin Klein. I mean, seriously. Exactly. Because once they target people's emotions, they can control them. And that's exactly what they did, man. Yeah, David Long, they hit it like it's nobody's business. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wait a minute. There's people that are so-called conscious that don't even talk about politics, that are now talking about Calvin Klein was a racist. Calvin Klein said this, like, so everything. I don't know exactly the humans. Look at that. I told you they're going to hit every single pocket to draw you out. That's what it's like. I'm sitting back like, yo, this is I'm like, I grew up playing sports, basketball. Like, this is a tournament of the truth. And then you realize that most people don't want to know the truth. Most people ain't living in the truth. You already seen that through the truth communities, but you seeing more now. It ain't no truth out here, man. Truth finds you. You don't find it. Those that are seeking truth and truth seekers, they ain't never gonna find it. It's gotta already be in you. Because the real ones in truth seek each other. You see how that works? When you embody the truth, you know the truth, you embrace the truth, you seek other people that are aligned with the truth. Plain and simple. That's how it works. And you're not liked. Okay? You're not liked much at all. The people that rock with you, boom. And the people that rock with you, this is how you know you in real truth and alignment with them. It's like my brothers that I'm on the line with. We don't agree on everything. See, that's how you know. Man, it's so much jewels that you can get from knowing. right? It's like all the brothers that I've rocked out with through these platforms, right? You know, my brother Wise, I always say that, you know, Truth Virus, Fake Mike, Real News, whoever else, Cuts, you know, a lot of other people, right? And if I forget, it's just offhand right now. But we don't agree on everything. We all have differences, right? But we're all still tight. We're all still brothers and sisters, you know? Angel Z's, angel babies, and all those, right? We all still, you know, we don't agree on everything, you know? My brother Richard Quinn, oh, that's still my brother, you know? We don't agree on much of any damn thing, but we agree on something, and it's truth, you know? It's truth. And that's how you know where the real truthers are. It ain't many, guys. It's only a select few. And those few, they didn't stumble upon the truth. It was already in them, right? And when you get this, you know a real one when you see him. The first time I ever met Wise, like, I already knew, man. First time I ever met, you know, dang, look at that. That was nice. You know? I already knew like that, Dan. That's we're gonna rock out. You know? And that is what the truth is. It's just in you. You know? It's light and there's truth. There's truth, light, and knowledge. All right? Because a person that embodies the truth is always gonna have it, seek it, see it, and is always gonna spit knowledge. Right? It's always gonna be something new. They're always gonna be changing. You know? That's what real truth is all about. You know, that's how you know. You know, that's why the good old book, the book of knowledge, the Bible, says it right in there. It says the same stuff right in there. I was explaining to a Christian. I'm like, look, man, it says it right in there. Because most people are afraid of it. The majority of people are afraid of the truth. Why? Because the truth is inside of them. And guess what they're afraid of? Their own selves. They're afraid of themselves. There's people right now that, you know, that are still plugged into the matrix. No matter what I say, no matter what I do, cool as a fan. I rock out with them all day long, whatever. Ride out, agree on a lot of stuff. But they're still locked in. They still have that glimmer of hope that there's actually saviors out there. Government, there's actually good government out there. Like, no, there isn't. There isn't none, man. You leave that alone. And then there be Christians that I be talking to. Like, I'm like, your own book says obey the law. We're supposed to obey the law, but you ain't them. You follow God's law, but you obey their law because these people don't obey their own laws, but you obey their law because you obey God's law, right? But you don't rock with those people. You don't adopt those ideologies. You don't adopt those beliefs. Obeying, and that's what PC Christians, they get this shit wrong. They go, we gotta obey the government, and we gotta get it back. And you're talking about a government that was not built off of religious principles, okay? Wasn't built off that, all right? And it definitely ain't ran that way. So you want to get in there and think you're going to change something? Devils do not cast away devils, okay? They don't work like that. What's good, Flint? Happy Friday, man. I just had a little bit of time, so I wanted to go live, They just gonna delete this video just because, and I ain't even mentioned Calvin Klein, I ain't mentioning Calvin Klein. So, I mean, I can't believe this psychological operation. Like, I just been sitting back. I'm like, man, and it's a new one every 5 minutes. I can't believe how they have manipulated people so hard. And I told y'all, man, they keep picking it apart. You know, I told everybody, everybody's friends list getting smaller, ain't they? They chopping them all down. You know, they chopping them all down. You know, and they just drawing us out, man. And look, at everything's about censorship. They're censoring everything. People's videos getting deleted. You know, I see True Virus videos. Give me, keep me going. I mean, my brother's True Virus is hilarious, but he's got his stuff taken down. Wise. Shout out to my brother, hit me up and said, check out his latest video. I go to it and I'm like, man, it was 7 days ago. I'm like, was there a recent one? Because there's no video there. It's just a short clip of a video, but I know he wasn't talking about that. So they must have deleted that. So they ain't playing, man. They're letting you know. They're running that 33rd demon in balance with Libra. All right? That's what they're doing. Right before the harvest. Right before the harvest. So that's how you know, boy. When I see them people on that stage, and I don't want to mention the name because you invoke it and bring it forth, you know. But when I see them, I'm like, man, they ain't even playing. I mean, that Ken Patel, he gotta be some kind of dark sorcerer. Definitely some kind of dark sorcerer, man. He said 33, and he said the Valor Arrow. He said, I'm sorry, what? I see you in Valor. What? Nobody don't even know what the hell he was talking about. And I'm like, whoa, he just went, whoa. And then you got the Candace own lady talking about she's a Mason. Y'all tripping. Y'all don't know what kind of Mason. She ain't talking about no Freemason. Yeah. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all better go read the Lesser Keys of Solomon. Dang, I was like, yo, this is a little crazy. That's why I was like trying to, Wise, if you heard me, I was like, yo, man, hit me up, man. These are the talks that I do with my brother Wise, man. Because a lot of y'all don't know what the hell's going on out here, you know. And then the ring, the hands and all that. They're like, oh, look at the hands. They look fake. Look at the G. Look at the G. No, don't look at the G. Look at the other thing. And why is it a little thing on that? The serpent. Yo, y'all better recognize what these people are talking about, man. See, there's layers to what they're doing to people. Oh, look at the fake hands. Oh, the hands look fake. They look this. They look that. Look at the man. I ain't even paying attention to the hands. We are years beyond wasting a brain cell looking at some shit like that. We already know what time it was. We shouldn't have to sit back and go back and be like, oh, look at this. There was this thing and it exploded and it was this and the Calvin Klein ink pack of the purse blew up and, we ain't got it. Man, there are so many other people that can do that for us, man. I told y'all this is spiritual warfare. We granddaddies in this shit. We OGs in the back. We don't need to be in the front holding signs. We in the back with the button. Okay? We could push the truth or nuke button. Blow everybody's world up, man. You know? It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Nah, all the young college students, look at how many college school students per population. Nobody knew who that kid was. Nobody knew who Calvin Klein was. Simple. And most people that go to those colleges that he was going to were all liberals. You look at that audience and the videos of that Charlie Kirk fashion show, they were all liberals. Okay, I know a liberal when I see them. They're all liberals. All right, and if they ain't, they're the other side, but they're all still the same ass energy. You know, crazy. And then they had the guy, what's his name? Trey, right? Trey Reed or whatever the hell his name is, which has the name tree in his name. All right? What tree are they talking about? Well, go back to the Lesser Keys of Solomon. I see this, I'm like, man, you know that is. And it's at the college campus. And it was at Delta. Look at the symbol. The symbol looks exactly like the symbols, all right, from the Lesser Keys of Solomon. They're the same deities. They're playing a wicked game, and to see the people, the energy just jumping all these people, man, y'all better recognize what's happening, man. What's good, Ghost? Y'all better recognize what's happening. It's wild, man. I go into the DMV today. DEI hires like a mother effer, man. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. It's crazy. They're rude. They like to argue. Think they running shit. I mean, it's crazy, man. It is crazy. But I told y'all, man, they ain't playing around. You know, they amongst us. And so people that come up to me know how I think and talk. They say, yo, man, you heard about that shooting? I'm like, man, come on. You know better than that. You know who you talking to. Man, yeah, man, but that dude, man, he was racist. I'm like, what the, you ain't never heard of that fool. I couldn't believe it, man. Hey, I mean, I'm not shocked, but I'm shocked. The reason why I'm not shocked is we already know this is all coming, We're just on the roller coaster without any brakes, It is what it is. We on the roller coaster with no brakes for the ride. I'm just happy, feeling the thrill, But I'm just shocked at the level of people that is snatching up on the way, even though I already knew that's what it was going to do. I mean, that's not this was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to happen just like this, but I already knew that they're going to be picking. I've been telling y'all this for years. They're going to hit every aspect of society to draw you out. It's a tournament of souls, and they're going to hit everything until they draw you out to where you say, oh, I give in. You got me. I'm emotional now. I'm all out of my thought process. I'm going this way. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm on this side now. I actually had a guy say that to me. He says, what do you believe in, man? Because he was trying to explain to me the Calvin Klein thing. I'm like, knowing what I know and what I do. And it's a brother who, who pretty much be on point with everything I say, but, they're into that politic crap. And into the religious crap. And then when I start breaking down their own book, I never knew about that. Where'd you get that from? Oh, send it to me. It's in your book. Like, how do you not know these obvious, verses? How do you not know that? That's why I love talking to Christians, because I can put every single one of them into a pickle real quick, because I'll ask them all kind of questions and these things to get all their beliefs running and their emotions up, and then I'll pull out the good old Bible quotes. And I said, yeah, remember when I just said A, B, C, and D? Well, Bible. Remember when I just said this, and you said that, and you said this? And look what your book says. Well, it's the interpretation. Oh, I already got that covered, because remember you said this? How do you interpret that? And do you also know that what I'm feeding you, all right, of what I already made you react and give reactions and emotional responses to, now I'm giving you the Bible, but I'm giving it to you in biblical etymology terms, what it meant in those times, not what your modern day mind that has been manipulated and switched into believing these words mean A, B, C, and D. I'm back here on Z, Y, X, on what it used to mean in biblical times and biblical etymology. And then there's like, their whole mind just went into a loop, and then they're sitting there saying, that makes a little bit of sense. Send me more later. And then I don't get no response, and then they go back to the same old rhetoric, So, you know, and again, a Bible is like really one of the best history books, on this planet, you know, as far as, trying to teach a normal person, because there's a lot of knowledge in there, there is a lot of knowledge in there, 20% of it. But that comes from taking from universal spirituality, universal understanding, that we have as a collective anyway. Sorry if I'm not looking at the comments, guys. I mean, even though I see Space Troll every 2 seconds, they definitely are, because it's the harvest, man. What when you have, this is how you look at both situations. You got light and dark, right? Light magic, and dark magic. You got good and evil, light and dark, yin and yang, all of that. Good energy, bad energy, positive energy, negative energy. Okay, look what we're going into. We're going into the harvest, right? The harvest is the 22nd. It's going to be equal day and equal night again, right? All of our energy out, right? They use two people. One is black, one is white. They create the black and white division. Perfectly synced, perfectly done. And they used two Libra, right? And they pulled out the 33rd demon again. All right, go look it up. You'll see what it is, and you'll see it's been all right in front of our faces this whole time. They invoke that spirit. Now you're seeing shit that you just can't even believe you're seeing, right? You're seeing things that are being said like, wait a minute, like, this lady just came out and just said all this stuff. This man just said this stuff. This guy said this stuff. Like, whoa. I mean, this is like, we're literally living in some kind of weird ass Twilight Zone movie, right? So when you put all that together, right, and you hear it, that damn FBI director, he's some kind of dark sorcerer, right? Say all the shit that he's saying. Like, come on, man. Like, this is spiritual warfare at the highest level. Nobody knew this dude, okay? A bunch of kids on a college campus don't equate to what's happening now worldwide. All right, that is the invoke of the spirit. That's what they do. They invoke the spirit, and with weak spiritual people, they're able to be embodied by this same demon. This is how they do it. I literally was on the ground watching this last time with the George Floyd shit. I've been face to face with this energy. I know what time it is. I know exactly what's going down to the T. Nobody can tell me anything outside of it. All right, and I know when somebody's infected with it. I can look at their eyes and see their pupils are dilated and they're a little bit lost. The eyes look scared and in fear. Why? Because I can see the demon inside of that person. I can see the energy right inside of them. I faced that before. I was with Sons of P at one. He couldn't even believe this shit. Right? Couldn't believe it. And he was like drained after, like I was. But how you know it's spiritual warfare? Like your spirit and your energy has been drained out of your body being around these people that are caught up in this energy. You know? You could see it everywhere on these people. You're like, damn, you gotta be careful. The demon lurking, And believe me, it knows. I believe that I believe that same energy I just experienced at the DMV just now. Because I was like, I don't understand why this lady was 0 to tripping, and I asked a simple question. But by me facing it, looking in the eyes, explaining myself, even though it had nothing to do with nothing but DMV policies, it actually, like, it was like the after, because it was like, it was just a weird, like, you were telling me I needed some form, but I'm like, no, I'm not. That's not the form. There's like 5 different versions of that form. You're giving me a general one. The other DMV said I didn't need that one. You're telling me no. And she started going off on me and I'm like, yo, like, you need to calm down. Like, It don't even work like that. And basically, kind of like that. But then after like figuring it out, she got nicer. Then she got even more nice. And then by the time I left, and this was a supervisor, by the time I left, they were way behind the counter in the office, waving by, like, have a good day, have a good. It's the weirdest shit ever. But I know, I'm like, damn, you know what? I was just faced with that same energy. Because I couldn't explain. I'm like, why is this fucking everybody tripping? And then there was like other people in there that were coming in, like some other workers behind the counter was, and these be the DEI hires, right? The ones that be all liberal minded and shit. But it was these Indian people came in and they was like treating them like shit, and they were arguing. I'm like, yo, what is going on in here? It was weird. It was a weird situation, man. But I'm telling you, that's why I wanted to come do a live stream, because this shit is weird out here. And when I tell y'all, this energy is heightened right now, and you're gonna see it continue, and it's gonna increase. Y'all be careful out here, man. What's good, D? Y'all be careful out here. They have invoked that spirit, man. And trust me, it knows who you are. All right? But it's not looking for you. Now, what you got to understand, this energy ain't looking for you because it already knows it can't embody you. All right? Because it only goes in the weak spirit. All right? They know what they're doing, man. These devices, you think, oh, they're 5G, they're, mental, controlling your mind and all this stuff. Man, come on, man. How long we been doing this? Man, they soul snatching with this shit. They taking people's souls, how long we been watching people's kids get taken by these devices? Come on, man, they can't leave the device alone. They're embedded in it. They can't live it. You take it from the device, they go crazy. Come on, man. What you think that's just a human cognitive reaction? No, man. That's the spirit. That's that darkness, right? These phones, they light up, but that's a false light. That ain't real light. They light up. You don't see the color of the damn screen? That screen is black without energy, right? To light it up, it's black. It's not something that's from the sun, right? The sun don't turn black. The sky turns black because the sun moves, okay? The sun don't turn black. Pure energy don't fade, all right? You don't turn it on and off. It's always there. The TV, same shit. It's a black screen. It ain't a light screen. It ain't a LED liquid crystal display, right? It ain't no luminescent, right? It ain't no luciferase, right? Y'all better understand what the hell's going on. It's mind control, but it's soul control. It's soul embodiment. It's energy that is jumping into your loved ones, your friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, whoever is jumping in there, man. Y'all got to be careful. It's spiritual warfare. It really is spiritual warfare. And they done invoke that shit. And again, Libra. Go look up Libra. They brought who else in the picture? Benjamin Crump. All right? Benjamin Crump. He's a Mason. All right? All this stuff is connected. Go look at the Ukrainian girl. All connected. Go look what she was born. Go look at that. She was born May. Crazy stuff, man. It's all connected. They telling you. Pretty crazy, yo. What else is going on? What else? What else was it? What else was it? Oh, and did you see the? Did you see the the scene of the fascist show? You saw the outline of it. You know, you saw the outline of it. Go look at Solomon's Temple. Tell me what outline you looked at. Go look at it. You know, I went on the Southern Poverty Law Center the other day. Go check that shit out. Go look at the hate watch map now. Go look up the founders of the Southern Poverty Law Center. They got Tucker Carlson on there. They got all kind of people on there. You know, it's crazy, y'all. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But the censorship, yeah, that's wild. They just kicked it up a whole nother notch, boy. But you got to understand, free speech, guys. Free speech is for government. People got them, I got free speech. I can say, no, you don't got free speech, man. Your mouth gets slapped. Your mouth could get rocked. Somebody could smash you right in your jaw. They got to pay for those consequences. But you don't have free speech. All right? And what I mean by that is you can't go in anybody else, talk like you want to talk, and call, I got free speech. No, man. Don't work like that. That is for government. You can't go to your job talking about you got free speech. They can fire your ass before you can say the word free. What's wrong with y'all? Like, people are so stupid. Not you guys, but you know what I mean. There is no free speech. That applies to government. People don't understand the system they live in. People go around here talking about, I got free speech. You dumbass, no, you don't. It don't work like that, man. You could tell somebody to fuck off and they could go upside your head. Simple as that. They got to pay for it, you know. But when it boils down to it, you go to trial, you initiated it, and they reacted to it. Yep. Okay. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. You read case law on stupid fights where it's just like, you know, I don't condone violence, but you can punch somebody in the face and go to trial and it ends up being a resolution. Okay? Look, he called me a fucking nigger, and I smashed his face in, but I didn't break anything. You know, it's got a little bruise. Well, you got to pay for it, you know? But you actually can punch somebody dead in their goddamn jaw, rock their jaw, because it's just human nature. People are going to fight, right? And I'm not condoning violence, but you got to pay for whatever you do, okay? But go read case law about it. You know, this is just a harmless fight. All right, go look what they say about it. You know, so your speech ain't, basically what I'm telling you that is because your speech ain't free. That's for government. Okay. Doesn't apply. You can't just go in anybody's house, go tell the whole house to F off and you don't live there. They can be like, they got rules. You set rules. You know, you can't do that. You can't say that. You can't do this. Like, yeah, I got these rules here. Well, I got freedom and liberty and movement. Not in this house, you don't. Somebody go stay at somebody's house. I go to my uncle's house and I'm gonna stay there for a week. Yeah, you're gonna stay and abide by all the rules of the house. You can't go in there and talk. People actually believe that you got free speech and be saying that. Like, there have been stuff I've seen the past few days that I'm like, wait a minute. Like, people were out there protesting, right? And it was this, and they were like, look, you can't come in here and we're protesting. We got, I'm like, wait a minute. You're in a business. Is that on a, what is wrong with, man? It's crazy. But they do that because what that does, it creates friction, and that will right there recreate more laws, more rules, right? To restrict your speech because you believe you got free speech, you're going to get it further taken. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and wind it on down. Man. But It's Friday. I know I don't keep you too long. I gotta, be careful when you're out there rolling around with this new energy embodiment, right? Be careful out there, man, because they got this energy in people. And you're gonna see some protests over the weekend. All right. It'll ramp up next week, right after the harvest, when the darkness starts to overtake the light. You'll see it ramp up quite a bit. So, you know, yeah, I'm about to get ready to get up off here, guys. And as always, appreciate you guys. But man, be careful out here. And I'm just talking about spiritually. And we shouldn't even be given really into what's going on anyway, because we already know. We already know what's going on. We already know, man. Thank you, you too. And then a shout out to everyone who watches this later, man. Much love to you guys. I'll be back soon enough, but I'm chilling, sitting back. This one got my attention because obviously it's just so big, but not with all the tomfoolery. There's a million people exposed. That's not the good thing, though. There's a lot of people exposing a lot of different things, but from a lot of different angles, from every angle that you could think of. So OGs like us, we ain't got to do it. We've been there, done that. People are crying about censorship. Guys, we've been getting censored before there was a Donald Trump, okay? I think before some platforms were even out. I don't even think Instagram was out when we was getting censored. Like, we was getting censored back in 2010, man. Like, when did YouTube start? We like the pioneers of censorship. We should embrace that shit. I tell people all the time, like, man, we the pioneers of this shit. No, my buddy just got super censored by the deep state in 2020. I'm like, 2020, man. What? We was out there filming hospitals and everything, showing y'all what was going on in 2020. Y'all talking about y'all was censored. That when y'all just realized something was wrong, man. Please, y'all way behind, man. Y'all ain't doing nothing. All these people, oh, look at this, and look at over here, look at the guy wiggle his hat, and look at this, and they got 47s all over, man. That's old. There's a million people already. That's old news, man. That's old news. You ain't picking up where they literally invoking the demon on TV, like right in front of you. Like, seriously. They're literally calling this stuff out, invoking it through the devices. And that's what I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. And then I'm sitting back watching people's reactions. I'm in a group that's, hold on, because I gotta get off this to get this phone. But I'm in a Democratic group, right? I'm in this big Democratic group. It's like, 250,000 members. It's unbelievable. I don't say anything. I just observe what they're talking about. I'm an analyst. I analyze. So I'm analyzing all this stuff. And I'm in the Republican conservative groups and all that other. I'm in all kind of groups, just to go in there and just analyze. They almost catch me sometimes dropping the come like, I'm like, wait a minute, no, I'm not. I'll blow my cover. I'm just in there observing what these people are talking about, so I know what's outside and around me. And it's wild stuff out there, man. Oh, it's just, they're like, I don't know, about 80,000 followers, just proud. It's proud to be white. It's crazy, man. Proud to be white, like, 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 group. It's called Proud to Be White. It's interesting, man. And I'm like, yo, is this AI? And then there's a lot of stuff out there, guys, that's AI. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of stuff out there. People be sending me videos, and they're like, look at this. You ever seen this? Look at this. It's strange. I'm like, yeah, that's AI. The whole fucking channel is AI. If you can't tell, oh shit, yeah, I didn't even know that. I gotta be careful out here, man. But yeah, I gotta get off here, guys. Much love to y'all, and I will talk to y'all later, man. Just be safe out here. Peace.